We have a countdown. We have a start. Women's lightweight 8 final. 6 boats racing for 3 medals. And it's pretty level off the start. We've got 5 boats right across with Georgetown maybe a deck back. Early on now, it's Stanford with a little bit of an early lead. They've got half a deck on Princeton and Wisconsin. Those 3 crews just barely ahead of the rest. Georgetown maybe 2 seats back. But it's pretty tightly bunched now, 250 meters into the course. Looks like in the middle there, we've got a good push coming from Stanford and Wisconsin. Those 2 have gone a little bit ahead now of Princeton and Radcliffe. It's Stanford and Wisconsin, 2 seats ahead of Princeton and Radcliffe, and then 2 seats further back to Bucknell and Georgetown. And now a good solid drive by Stanford carries them into the lead. Stanford now in first, and it's Princeton moving into second place. Princeton is 4 seats behind the leader Stanford. Princeton now has about 3 seats on both Radcliffe and Wisconsin, and it's another 2 seats back to Bucknell, and then half a length back to Georgetown. Good solid row here by Stanford, keeps them up in front. It's now about 5 seats from Stanford back to Princeton. Princeton with about 2 seats on a dueling Radcliffe and Wisconsin, and then 3/4 of a length back to Bucknell. Bucknell about 1/3 of a length in front of Georgetown. It looks like Princeton and Stanford moving away from the field a little bit. Stanford still with about 5 seats ahead of Princeton. Princeton now about 2/3 of a length on Radcliffe and Wisconsin. And now it's a half a length of open back from the leaders to Bucknell, and then another 3/4 of a length to Georgetown. Stanford extending its lead as we go by the boathouse. It looks like about 8 seats now. 8 seats Stanford over Princeton, and Radcliffe and Wisconsin a little bit of a charge. So it's Stanford coming up to the 1,000-meter mark in the lead, but a battle brewing for second place. I wouldn't put Stanford off for that winner's podium yet, but I wouldn't put Radcliffe and Wisconsin out of second either. It's 4 boats fighting for 3 spots, and we'll turn you over to Fred for the second half.
All right, thanks, Bob. The Stanford housing definitely pushed ahead of the Tigers here. They've got about 6 or 7 seats. They're rowing comfortably at 36. Time to the 1,000, approximately 3 minutes and 10 seconds. A very good time for today. Radcliffe is holding on to that 3rd spot. Wisconsin trying to get back into it, only a couple seats down. And then it's a full length back to Bucknell and another length back to the Lady Hoyas. Stanford's technique really showing here, really strong, good horizontal drive and push, nothing too rattled. Around 35.5, 36. Princeton's at 35 here. A little bit, 1 above Stanford. Stanford really pretty much in control right now as they approach the yacht club. 34.5, 35 for Stanford. But really what's happening here, Radcliffe is trying to get into that 3rd medal spot right here before the yacht club, about 750 meters to go. So we'll see if the Radcliffe ladies can pour it on here and hold off that Wisconsin. And it looks like Wisconsin's moving again and pushing back the Radcliffe challenge. Stanford is really opening it up now. The Tigers have had a fabulous season, but they're certainly seeing the real speed from the West Coast here. 500 meters to go. And it looks like Stanford, who won this event last year, has been thinking about it all spring and all winter, because they've got almost a full length now on Princeton. Wisco coming up to overlap with Princeton now. This is a real nice speed change for them. They're trying to come up and get into challenge Princeton perhaps. And Princeton's coming up on Stanford. So Princeton's winding it up. Let's see what kind of a sprint they have. This is impressive. Princeton 37 has come up about a third of the length on Stanford. And if Stanford doesn't respond soon, they're going to have a little bit of a fight there. Now I think they're gone up. Stanford waited just a little longer. Now they're at 37 and they're checking that Princeton aggressive push. And those two crews are pushing away open water, a quarter length open, ahead of Wisconsin and Radcliffe. Radcliffe a half a length back of Wisconsin. So Stanford looks like they're going to hang on. They've got about 15 strokes to go, but Princeton's giving them a lot of trouble right now. If Princeton can catch up here, this will be a remarkable come from behind, because Stanford had almost a full length on the Tigers. And I really thought it was too much to make up. But here they are, only a few seats apart at the wire. Oh, what an exciting finish. It looks like Stanford will hold off Princeton, but only by a seat. Here comes the flag, up, down. Very tight finish. Wisconsin will be third, Radcliffe a game fourth, then over to Bucknell in fifth, and the Hoyas will be sixth. Very dramatic and a very impressive sprint by Princeton, but just a little bit late. And that will wrap up the 2011 Women's Lightweight Championships.
Let's see Stanford and Princeton if we can.